Welcome to today's Operation Greatness podcast. This is also the Freeing the Matrix Parasite Cleansed Focused Wealth Immersion Action Pod number 58. Everyone wants you to be a winner. When you hear those words, what comes to mind for you? You're already a winner. This is how you are born to be. This is how you came into the world. And yet, also within that is the premise that you don't feel like a winner yourself. How well does that fit for you? The question becomes then, why do you not already know you are a winner? What was it in your past that burst your vision, your dream, your belief in yourself? I mean, seriously, does that come to mind immediately for you? Like for me, I remember it very clearly. The moment was when my mom, I was really excited to share with her my vision. This was back when I was the assistant managing editor at the Herald Times Reporter in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. And I was, I purchased on a credit card for like $14,500 a system. It was even including a computer and the software on it to run like 22 or 27 different businesses. Like, for example, one of them was to have schools have a voicemail system that they would pay me like $100 a month for each school, I think, to be, like where a teacher could set up their own voicemail, like in case the students didn't couldn't attend class, then they could just call this number and then, go to like Mrs. Crabtree's math class and get the homework assignment for today. And, it was anyway, I was going to run this whole business and I was going to make all this money before I even had to make the payment on it. And I called my mom to tell her how excited I was. And she just said like about four or five words, Dan, what if it's a scam? And that just like punctured my bubble and I didn't do anything with that and it just anyway, and so then I didn't succeed with my vision and I saw myself, well, I didn't feel like a winner then because I was going to create more money from this business than I was making in my job. And this was going to be my escape path because I saw how newspapers were declining very quickly, almost like going over the cliff. And anyway, and then another time, the other two, yeah, these are two times in my own life. This is what I want you to see for yourself. What was the programming that you received from the outside that shattered your vision, your belief, your dream in yourself and in what you are creating? The other time was more recently. This was, well, it was still a while back, like 2006, I believe it was, or 2005. I was in a mastermind. I don't know how much of the details I want to share with you about that. Well, somebody I respected, I thought of him like a brother, and I he was a high level successful. He was kind of like, if you're in internet marketing, you know who he was, or you know his name if I would share it with you. And we were in a mastermind together. I organized this mastermind of like me and three other high level successful people. And I was talking with him on the phone and I was looking at the potential for me to do an hour consult with him. And I think he charged $1,500 for that consult at that time. And he, so I was sharing with him about my business as he was kind of like feeling into whether this would serve me, I guess. And he, instead of saying, like my mom said, what if it's a scam? He told me I triggered his belief about himself, and that's all it was in reality. See, this is where you're restructuring, you're changing the story that you had told yourself. Because when my mom said, Dan, what if it's a scam? I heard that as, well, I mean, that was kind of like, I had all this excitement and I was just really excited to share this with her. And that's the key there too, is I was looking for her to confirm or to support me, and instead she shot it down. So I handed her my vision, my dreams, my belief that I was going to make something significant of myself and be a success on my own, independent and free. And I gave that to her, and she stepped on it. She squashed all over it. I mean, jumped all over it and bleeded all the life out of it. But why did I put that in her? Why did I give her the power? Because it was my dream, it's my vision, and I need to treat that as sacred and can protect that, not hold it up for the world to shoot at it and put bullet holes and shoot it down. And that's exactly what I did. So it's all on me. Why would I expect my mom, who has been living in fear her whole life and been a source of, she's worried about me my whole life. Why would I entrust her? See, that's the key there. Be very protective of your dreams. Hold it close to your heart and protect it as sacred. And, she was the closest person in my life at that time. And I just wanted to share my excitement with her. Like, Mom, I'm so excited. And what if it's a scam? And there it was, shot down right before my eyes, like the Led Zeppelin or the Zeppelin balloon. And, it blew up and then crashed and burned. Well, and then this guy that I mentioned in my mastermind, this most successful internet marketing guru, I looked up to him and I wanted to hire him. And well, he said something, I think his exact words were, Dan, you are a scam. So it's kind of like that same theme, scam, because I triggered something in him and he made a judgment about me because he felt like I wasn't living what I was teaching. I've been teaching Think and Grow Rich at the master's level since 2003, and yet he judged me to not be rich myself. And I was living a very rich life in my estimation, but he felt I was inauthentic. And that was his judgment about himself. He was projecting on me. Anyway, and the thing is, okay, so we live in a world, I mean, like if you go to freeingthematrix.com, and I hope you're part of our freeingthematrix.com mastermind right now already, because if you're not, why not? Why would you be limiting yourself? And you're here to contribute meaningfully to every one of your online friends. You are the winner you are born to be. And I see you that way. I know that you are. I see the best in you. I've always had that gift about me. I see everyone in their fulfilled potential. I see greatness within you. I know you're here to make a huge impact. You've always known that since you were a kid, I would guess, right? You've always felt like you had it within you that you're here on the planet to do something great, to do something substantial that will be a positive blessing for a lot of people. I see that in you. I know what that is. We'll talk about that if you want. And yet the world has been created to keep people down. I mean, I call it scarcity, fear, lack consciousness. It's more like a virus in collective consciousness where, like, I mean, Joe Vitale, when I was interviewing him and we were friends way back in, or, well, 2000, when was that? I don't know, 2005, I think it was, when I interviewed him on April 15th, tax day. And anyway, I felt like he reached down and pulled me out of the swamp or the marsh and like the scarcity, fear, lack consciousness or the matrix of fear and limitation, I've also called it. I feel like he reached down and pulled me out of that. So I saw the light of the sun for the first time and I saw how much more was possible for me. And I mean, we each need to be that person in every one of our lives, right? You acknowledge that. So maybe this is that video for or that audio for you. I'm creating this as a video for our Operation Greatness chapter leaders through freeingthematrix.com. That's a subset of that. Or if you're doing parasite cleansed, if you're becoming parasite cleansed yourself, then you're seeing all the subtle ways that the control structures and grid on the planet were, I mean, it's been called the enslavement matrix for a reason because it was designed to keep people programmed for scarcity, for lack, to live in fear, to limit themselves. And I mean, it's up to every one of us to dismantle that system of oppression, of tyranny. And so here's the thing, everyone wants you to be a winner. So, like I said, go back to the times. I mean, there's probably been more than just a handful where you felt like you were held down or like, what gave you the belief that you are unworthy or undeserving or incapable of the success that you want? When, like, I mean, I'm thinking of like the woman to whom I was engaged, where she's Vietnamese, and I mean, I think people used to bully her, well, her mom for sure, and I mean, anyway, life is kind of, well, I mean, think about it this way though. Instead of thinking about how much you have been beaten down, and all of the times that people said, you are this, so that means you cannot succeed in life, whatever it was, all of that was just a projection. They were putting their stuff on you, and all of that was a false story, or what you concluded about that yourself. All of that was a false story you made up in your head. And the thing is, everyone wants you to be a winner because then you are the example of what's possible for everyone else. So I'm getting chills here just feeling that. Everyone wants you to be a winner. We all love a success story. I mean, like, Rocky, the movie, is an epitome of that. Like, we all want to have the hero. We want to see the hero, somebody rise up from the challenges and face their adversity and their fear courageously and then thrive, succeed, shine, become victorious, overcome adversity and rise to the challenge. I mean, that is what the life journey is of every one of us. I want you to really see that. I mean, like I started out being afraid of everyone because I had health problems when I was like 3 or 4 or 5 and I had asthma, and when I would like exert myself, like climbing a rope, I could climb the first rung and I would be like breathing heavily, and I would climb the second rung, and then I would just have pain in my chest and yeah, I guess my lungs. And so I felt like I was helpless and weak and nobody wanted me and nobody loved me. So I was like really shy and scared and timid. And my mom was kind of like, "Oh, I have to be overprotective of you. I have to make sure nobody hurts you or that you don't die." And I mean, I understand all the psychology of how it happened and why and everything. And yet, so I thought I saw everyone, like my mom was always afraid for me. And so I thought of everything as like everyone's going to hurt me. And it was all just me hurting myself until my second semester junior year in high school. I discovered I loved photography, and I guess my dad had a darkroom in the home, and he was interested in that, and he showed me that. And anyway, so I had like a camera in front of me, and that became like people, that was like my shield. People would focus on the camera and they wouldn't focus on me. And I started to blossom like the flower, the lotus flower opening up. And you should watch this on video. You should lead your own Operation Greatness chapter in your community because I'm doing this very special hand mudra, which is like the lotus flower, and it's a blessing, and I'm giving it to you if you're watching this video as one of our Operation Greatness chapter leaders through our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. Receive this in your heart now and do it anyway. I'm giving it to you wherever you are, even if you're just watching, listening to this podcast instead of watching this Operation Greatness chapter meeting that we're doing together here right now. Receive that in your heart now. It's the blessing of love to open you to your full power that I know that you have because you are a winner and everyone wants you to be that winner. They want to see how you succeeded so that they can achieve their divine design, duty, destiny, dharma themselves. So, what is the way forward for you? How are you here to be of great service and be that inspired leader you are born to be and it is your destiny to be? What is that way forward for you? I mean, if when you if you've joined us in the freeingthematrix.com mastermind, and how could you not? Because it's where all of us are living our best, becoming our best versions of ourselves and living our goals, desires, and dreams, being of great service, being that inspired leader of everyone we are blessed to have connected with us, all our online friends, if not as well, everyone in our community by leading our own Operation Greatness chapters. Well, by you leading your Operation Greatness chapter and being that visionary, that leader, that inspiration, showing everyone how much more is possible for them and how they also are a winner. I mean, right now, so go to the About page in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind and click on the Invite People link. That link is there on the right column and it's there for you to lead, inspire, transform, and liberate every one of your online friends, all of whom you are able to transform and to show them the life that they are meant to have because they also are winners and they're looking to you for your example of overcoming your fear, your feeling like you don't matter or that you're undeserving or unworthy of success, happiness, joy, fulfillment, well-being, peace, prosperity, love, meaning, impact. I mean, they want your success story. So by you just sharing, like even right here from this video, your thoughts, your feelings about the things we're talking about, like, yeah, when Dan talked about his two examples in this Operation Greatness chapter meeting that you have to hear, and you'll get that through and then share your invite people link. So you're leading everyone through seeing how much they are a winner, how they are a winner, and how much they're here to make a difference in other people's lives. That is how you are serving and supporting them. That's how you're leading as the winner you are. And you're showing everyone you can reach, all your online friends you can quickly and easily reach with almost no time, energy, thought, or effort. You're showing them how much more is possible and how they are meant to be the inspired visionary leader of their online friends, just as you are of yours, and to lead their communities just as you are of yours. And you're showing them the way forward. You're handing them like the keys to the kingdom. You're giving them the power to become financially free on a silver platter. Because, by the way, did you know that it only takes 1,200 people as you are leading, inspiring, transforming, and liberating every one of your online friends through becoming that inspired leader of all of their online friends, 1,200, your 1,200 people becoming part of our Freeing the Matrix Mastermind through your invite people link, that's worth $35,400 to you every month. And then when your 1,200 get their 1,200, and those 1,440,000 people, all of whom you have transformed and served and liberated and inspired to be their best, well, when they get their 1,200 people, that's 1.72 billion people. That's the power that you have. That's your potential as the inspired leader humanity needs. That, my friend, is how much you matter. That, my friend, is how much you are a winner. That is how much you are able to serve. That's how much you are the inspired leader of every one of us. Is there any question about that? That's the higher purpose of your life, in fact. Is there any question about that? That's the greatest way you are here to be the inspired leader the world has always needed and known was possible. Is there any question about that as well? So be that leader. This is your gift. This is handed to you on a silver platter. This is how much you matter. It's what you're capable of achieving and how much you are the inspired gift. You are God's gift to the world, after all. So be it. And this is the higher purpose of every one of our lives, in fact, because we're all coming together for everyone's betterment. And nothing matters more than all of us doing this with happiness, joy, fulfillment in our hearts, from a giving, loving place, coming from abundance, not scarcity, lack, fear, consciousness, or programming. See, everyone wants you to be a winner because we all need that example of how much more is possible for ourselves. And even the people who created that control structure and keep on maintaining it or expanding it to keep people down, keeping the enslavement matrix, programming people to play small, hold back, limit themselves, not believe in themselves, feel they're unworthy or unlovable or undeserving of success and fulfillment and meaning and contribution. Even those people want you to be a winner because they're looking for people who have broken through, who have triumphed over the programming, because then they think you're one of them. And I mean, like, look at President Trump and look at Elon Musk as examples. Like, are they of that? Are they parasites like evil, the globalists, the communists, or are they for the people? It's kind of in the air which way they're going themselves. They're kind of walking that balancing line between both worlds. It's kind of interesting to watch that dynamic play out. And I mean, so even the parasites, the predators, evil, the globalists, the communists, they want you to be a winner because they want to see who the leaders of the next generation are. So everyone, period, with no exception, they want you to be the winner. And it's what you want for yourself that matters because that's how you define your life. So right now, create the story, I am a winner. I am a winner. Like in Think and Grow Rich that I mentioned, I've taught at the master's level since 2003. Napoleon Hill has people write on a little index card or recipe card, a winner never loses and a loser never wins. I am a winner. You might want to post that like on the headboard of your bed. So you see that like frequently every day, or you could carry that around with you. I mean, we're doing so much together in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind, and especially when you're becoming parasite cleansed and you're no longer poisoning yourself, which is so pervasive in our food supply, in our air, in our water, in our programming from TV, music, movies, the news, quote unquote, which is the disinformation propaganda, like the Communist News Network. I mean, we have to stop poisoning ourselves and we have to step up and be the inspired visionary leaders through our Operation Greatness chapters, where we're the inspiration. We're showing everyone how much more is possible in their lives as well. So, I mean, so it's up to you to define yourself, to see yourself as the winner you already are. Tell yourself this, remind yourself of this. So remove the poisoning from your mind. Become parasite cleansed, absolutely. I mean, all of this parasite cleansed and Operation Greatness leading your own chapter is they're subsets of our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. So do both of them. That's the best thing you can do to better yourself. Both are imperative because in parasite cleanse, you're removing the toxins, you're no longer poisoning yourself. And I mean, then you're naturally shining your light as brightly as the sun when you're coming out of the darkness. And in Operation Greatness, leading your own chapter, that's how you're reaching everyone in your local area as well as all your online friends. And we're doing this together through our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. Anyway, now you are seeing yourself as the winner you are. You're saying, wow, he's right. The whole world is designed to, I mean, life, God, all of the goodness in the world wants to serve and support you, and it's just a matter of removing the poisoning to because your natural way is growth and evolution and expansion and abundance. That's, the Big Bang Theory is that everything, the universe is constantly expanding. Well, guess what? It's expanding through you. God is experiencing more of God. The omnipresent, the infinite, unlimited is experiencing more of itself through you. That's why you are here to be that leader, showing everyone else how much more is possible for themselves as well. There's so much within this. So pause and reflect on all of this. If you haven't been sharing your thoughts about each point, then go back to the beginning and share your thoughts and feelings about each point as separate posts among all your online friends as you are transforming their lives, all through each post. Use your freeingthematrix.com invite people link because this is how you're bringing everyone connected with you into joining us and being that inspired leader of everyone connected with them. That's how your 1200 is becoming 1,440,000 is becoming 1.72 billion people. So make sure that you're adding your link in all the posts you're making from this conversation because this is how you're transforming the lives and becoming that winner. It is your destiny to be. So transform the lives of all of your friends, lead them into this Focused Wealth Immersion Action Podcast number 58. Everyone wants you to be a winner, and you're showing everyone connected with you how they are a winner as well. All of that scarcity, fear, lack programming, that was all of the matrix. That was created by evil to keep us down, to oppress us. All of that was a complete lie. So all of the programming that you had received to believe in, to not believe in yourself, to believe that you were weak, unlovable, undeserving, all of that was false. You have that strength of a lion within you. You have the strength of a dragon within you. You have that fire, the fires of freedom within you. And now that's reignited. Now that's re-inspired. And now there's nothing that can stop you. You're going the distance. You're going all in. You're going all the way. This is you living your destiny. Nothing matters more than this. And you're leading everyone else to leading their destinies as well. This is your greatest contribution and gift to the world. So take all the posts that you're making and send them to me personally at dan@danclatt.com, and then take that email, that essay that you sent me, and post that for sure in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. How much more are you standing tall and proud and believing in yourself and knowing how much you matter? Because after all, you transform the lives of 1.72 billion people. Who in all of recorded history has had anywhere near that level of impact as you are having right now as the winner I see before me? as the person you are, where there's no limit to the gift you are. How is this inspiring you? How much more are you achieving now, fearlessly, courageously being that leader it is your duty, your destiny, your dharma to be? What was most meaningful and impactful for you in all of this? How much more are you believing in yourself? How much more are you now loving yourself? How much more are you allowing yourself to experience all the happiness, joy, fulfillment, well-being, peace of mind, success, prosperity, meaning, impact, contribution? There's no limit to how much of that you're receiving, and you're flowing it now. You're in the currency of life. You're allowing God to work through you to bless the world because that is why you are here. You are God's gift to the world, after all. So share your thoughts about all this, post about all this, share your thoughts in the essay, I mean, all the posts you're making and everything else. How was this the monumental turning point in your life? And because of that, this is the monumental turning point in human history because we're all stepping up, standing out, owning our power and commanding our destiny now, not holding back or limiting ourselves or playing small anymore. Never again. Never again, because you are the winner the world has needed. You are the leader the world has needed, and you're leading everyone else to being that leader in the lives of everyone connected with them. This is the greatest thing that humanity has ever done, and my friend, it's happening through you doing this now yourself, all through our freeingthematrix.com mastermind and Operation Greatness and Parasite Cleansed. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I believe in you. I know how much you matter. And now you know that yourself. Now you see yourself the same way that I see you. I see that winner in you. I see that inspired leader of millions and more than a billion people. There's no limit to the contribution you are making or the gift you are to the world. And now you're being that. And I'm so inspired. I'm so grateful. I'm so excited. I'm so joyful for the person you see yourself and know yourself to be now. Same way that I see you, the same way I experience you. This is your destiny and you fulfilled it now. You're living it now. Look at the how much better the world is because you lived. I am sovereign, I am free. This is my duty, my destiny. You are sovereign, you are free. This is your duty, your destiny. We are sovereign, we are free. This is our duty, our destiny. Thank you very much.